everybody, and welcome to the Warzone. I'm your host, Warzone Prez, back after a little hiatus. Unfortunately, I did miss last night's edition of Gamers Playpen, but I will be back next week. That's a promise. Had a little bit of a problem here in the underground bunker for the past week and a half, but as you can see, we're back on the air. Two things I want to quickly talk about. First of all, I wanted to go a little more in depth on the controllers, since I had to go do a quick overview last time we had our show. I wanted to try to take time every week to go in depth on each controller, as well as going through our topic for the week. So just to start off with, we'll go back in time, back to 1970s, early 80s, when the Atari 2600 was popular. Controllers were very basic. The first controllers for a lot of the first home console Pong games, or the Odyssey, were a set of control knobs that you would turn back and forth. Very, very primitive. The first actual joystick, the Atari 2600, it's similar to a lot of things you used to see in the arcades. A lot of the arcade fighting games and stuff, you would usually have a stick that you would move around with a set of buttons. The Atari 2600, very basic, just a joystick and the button. And as I told you last time, much different from modern day controllers. You would actually control the joystick, or basically it's a D-pad with a stick attached to it, with your right hand instead of your left, and then your left hand would hold the controller and the action button. The thing I didn't like about these controllers, although the 5200 controllers had a tendency to break often, these controllers were also a little bit flimsy. Underneath the stick itself, there is a piece of plastic that actually presses on the 4 directional buttons inside of these. And yes, I have opened them up and super glued them back together many, many times. But like many toys, the super glue doesn't hold together very well. The plastic is very flimsy, so if you really, really wrench these things in some games to get them to go left and right, the plastic breaks, and you have a hard time getting things to maneuver. What I like to do for the Atari is hook up the Genesis controllers, because like I said, same type of plug. It's a 9-pin port for the controller, which is the same as the Genesis or the Sega Mega Drive. But as you can tell, this is one of the very first actual console controllers that were ever made, and this is the actual unit that came with the old wooden 2600 when it came out. And moving on to our feature segment, I wanted to give a quick review of one of the first generic Wii controllers. That's right, they finally made a generic for the Wii controllers. This is called the Nyko Wand. I got this at Walmart for about 25 bucks. As you can see, it's very similar in size, and actually it's the same in size, pretty much the same in design. If you look on the remote itself, buttons are located pretty much the same. This one I bought in black because I love black. D-pad, your send or A button. Your home button's a little bit bigger than on the normal remotes. Your plus and minus buttons, and of course your 1 and 2. It has the built-in speaker as well as the motion sensing, and your B trigger button underneath. Several features I like about this, other than the fact that it is black. The trigger button is more of a rubbery grip on it, so it feels a little bit better in your hand. Same thing with the battery cover. It takes the same batteries, so don't be afraid if you want to use your Energizer charger. It'll fit right in. Another feature I like is some of the button designs are actually kind of cool. I kind of thought the shape of the A button and the D-pad was kind of cheesy, but as far as the rest of the button placement, it's fine. I also didn't care too much for the red lights at the bottom instead of the blue. Downsides to it, The D-pad, as you can tell, is a little bit different. It does feel quite stiff. However, I did play through Super Mario Brothers, the original Super Mario Brothers, on my Wii console, and it actually works very well. Another thing I didn't care for too much, like I said, it does look a little awkward. And I guess that's all I could say about it. I mean, other than that, one of the functional problems I had with it, when you first link it up or first turn it on, you need to be very close to the Wii unit itself. Once it links up to the unit and is turned on, then it seems to work fine. But as far as linking it up and initially turning it on to get it to link up with the system, it tends to have a problem if it's out of the way of the system or too far away from the system. But for half the price of the name brand controller, if you're looking for a second, third, or fourth, especially a fourth controller, something you can just throw in your hands so you can play 4-player Super Mario Brothers Wii, this would definitely be a good addition to your repertoire. It's the Nyko Wand. Again, I got it at Walmart, $25. You can't beat that. Comes with the glove that fits over it, like most of the Nintendo controllers do. Although, as you can see, I don't use it. Comes with its own wrist strap, which is fully functional. And, of course, a set of batteries provided by Nyko, but you can, again, use your Energizer rechargeables if you have them. Alright, well, with that said, thus ends another episode of In the Warzone. If you have any questions about the Nyko Wand, have any suggestions about future segments, future shows, don't forget to write to me at inthewarzone@AOL.com. And don't forget to watch me on the Gamer's Playpen on the All Digital Radio Network, Monday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern. And until next time, game over.